Oh, I forgot to unmute my mic. Hi. Hello. It's a good thing I haven't talked that much. Do 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 do. Okay. Hold on. Wait, I need to make sure something real quick. Just double checking stuff. Wait, what? Hold on, I need to find something real quick. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna search it later. Anyways, hi, hello, how are you guys? Ugh! How are you guys? This has been some updates. Let's see here. Let me just move the thing real quick. Okay, so hi, hello, how are you guys? Welcome to the 13.4 update. Welcome to the 30.4 30.4 update. That's already. Wait, why did the music stop? Wait, no, the music didn't stop. Wait, no, the music didn't stop, right? No, it's just really silent for some reason. Or is it? No, I think the music's fine, right? Is the music fine? Yeah, I think the music's fine. It's just really silent for some reason. Anyways, hi. I put Necrodancer music here now because I returned to play Necrodancer again, and Necrodancer is great. Nice hat, thank you. I've had this hat before, I don't know why, but apparently I've had this hat prepared. Oh, it's because of Pizza Tower, right, I remember now. I was wondering, it's like, why do I have this like PNG of a chef hat? I was like, oh yeah, I did that for Pizza Tower stream. So I have a chef hat and also a fried chicken. We both get buckets of chicken. Wanna do it? Were you holding cheese? No, it's chicken. It's fried chicken. It's a bit hard to see. It's a bit hard to see, but it's fried chicken. You see that? Whoa, why did it disappear? You see, it's fried chicken. It's just really small for some reason. Really small fried chicken. Oh, fried chicken's usually that small? I feel like fried chickens are usually bigger than that. This feels so small. But that's like one of the first... The only like good PNG that I can find on Google. It's really small for some reason. I tried googling a lot of like different like pictures of hand holding a fried chicken, but it's not much, and all of them are really small for some reason. The chicken tried to escape reality. It's not a good PNG job, unfortunately. Anyways, where do I begin? Alright, so I wanted to stream normal Battle Cats because Legend Quest is up, and I wanted to stream finishing that. I haven't finished Legend Quest, and I thought about finishing Legend Quest this stream. but I was like, it's just Legend Quest. Like, it's fun, but I think we can skip a Legend Quest stream. That is probably not too big of a deal. There's also stuff like double advents or like advent with restriction that's also just like, I mean, it's content, but whatever. We've already done that before. I don't think we can. I don't think we need to do that again. LQ rewards are boring. I mean, if we're just playing stuff on stream for the rewards, anything is boring. But like, I'm not playing LQ for the rewards. I'm playing LQ because I think it's funny, right? I just think LQ is funny. That's all. Like LQ just has some fun moments. I actually thought about like, it would be kind of fun to maybe have like chat controlling the spawn for like Legend Quest or something like that, but I'm not like good enough to make that kind of stuff happen yet. And also that's gonna take quite some time to prepare. And I'm still in the middle of making my Bahamut Cat video. If you've been checking out my Twitter a little bit, I have been talking some stuff about like Bahamut Cat. I did mention, I don't know if I've mentioned this, I'm pretty sure I have, but like I wanted to make a video about Bahamut Cat. God, why is it x.com? But yeah, I wanted to talk about like Bahamut Cat and stuff. Like I made a tweet about asking people about Praise Bahamut. I made a tweet about my original character. My original character, Fast Hamut. So there's those stuff. But yeah, I'm still in the working process for creating the Bahamut Cat video. There's been good progress. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it by next week. This is gonna be another like 30 minutes video. This isn't like 1 hour like Dastly, it's 30 minutes long. But it's still like a big video essentially. I don't think I can finish it like tonight. Definitely not tonight, but like next week maybe if I'm not busy. But the problem is I got like new projects and stuff in my workplace, so depending on like how busy I will be, I might be able to finish the Bahamut video. I'll see about it. I don't know if I can finish it by next week. Hopefully I can finish it by next week. Hopefully I can upload it by like next weekend or something like that, and then I'll be done next weekend. But if not, you have to wait for another day, I guess. But hopefully I'll be able to finish this Bahamut Cat video on the next weekend. The only problem is that I don't know what to title this video, to be honest. Like even with the Dastly video, I could not really think of a title up until like pretty much a day before I uploaded the Dastly video. I can't really think of a good title. What do you think of my new OC I created? His name is Fast Howard. Yeah, that's my OC. That's not yours. Do not steal. There's no way you actually found 30 minutes of things to talk about, Bahamut. I would have talked more, but I had to cut a lot more stuff. You underestimate how much I yap. I talk a lot more than 30 minutes, but I had to cut a lot of stuff out because a lot of it is just fluff. Okay, Cold Steel. What do you mean Cold Steel? This isn't Cold Steel. This is my OC. Let's discuss when I can't think of a cool title. Yeah, exactly. Like, I haven't really thought about any title or thumbnails. I don't know. I'll probably figure out a title or thumbnail at one day, right? Like, again, probably like a day before I upload the video or something like that. But aside from that, I don't know if that's like I don't fucking know what the title and thumbnail is. Like, I still have not figured that one out. The red legs makes me think of chicken legs. It's supposed to be shoes, because, like... well, it's supposed to, like, emulate Sonic's shoes, but, you know. It's kinda... I did think of, like, Bahamut's legs do look quite like a chicken leg, but... Oh man, that reminds me, hold on, I need to check something out. Ah, Dylan, thank you for the 10 bucks. Did that notification not come out? There's, like, suddenly 20 messages that pop in like, one go for some reason. That is weird. There's something I need to check, but I don't know if I can find it. No, okay, hold on. I should be able to check my own files. There's something that I really want to show while I was working on that, this Sprite. While I was working on this Sprite, I noticed something kind of funny from Bahamut Sprite. Fast Bahamut Sprite. Some? Ah, yes. So you see this? Wait. Ah, yes, you see this. This is Bahamut Sprite, right? This is first form Bahamut Sprite. I basically just recolor a bunch of shit. And I gave like the chicken legs, the red legs, and all that stuff. And I thought it was pretty funny and all that stuff. But what I also kind of noticed. That looks oops. That looks kinda... That looks yeah. That looks kinda not right. That kinda shaped not right. That's his arm, by the way. You can see this. You can see the comparison. Like, that's his arm. But, like, why is it so detailed? Why is it, like, so detailed and have, like, veins and stuff? What's wrong with it? Why is it like that? It's kind of packing heat, you know. He's got some heat going on over there. It's crazy. Anyways, that's all for Fast Bahamut. Look forward to Fast Bahamut on the next Battle Cats video, I guess. It's veiny too. Yuck. Yeah, it's veiny. I don't know why it's like that. It's crazy. It's down bad. I'm gonna bow my Bahamut. That makes no fucking sense, but okay. Anyways, let's just talk about the update. I don't really know what else to talk about. Is there anything that I can yap about? Let me think. Oh, right, actually, there is something that I want to yap about. The Destiny video reached like 100,000 views the other day. That's cool. Let me check. Oh shit, that's me! Yo, that's me! But yeah, that's the video got 120,000 views now. That's cool. I haven't had this many views in a while. I should really make more like high quality videos that aren't just like stream highlights. I kind of miss doing these. These are fun. I definitely want to make more of these. I doubt the Bahamut video is going to get this amount of attention, because like this is fucking Dastly. Like everybody wants to hear about Dastly, and everybody wants to listen about crazy power creep in gacha game or whatever. But I know the Bahamut's video is probably not going to reach this level. but we'll see anyways, I guess. It's also not as long as the Dazzly Rant video. I kind of doubt the Bahamut video is going to reach this amount of success, but I'm just glad that this one does really, really well. I'm just glad the Dazzly video does really well, because I did put like 2.5 months effort onto that, so it's good to know that that didn't come to waste. I think that's about it. No, actually, there is one more thing. One more thing, one last thing, I think, before, unless I suddenly remember something again. Speed of Filibuster is almost at 1 million views. It's like 999 right now. Once Speed of Filibuster reach 1 million views, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. I still have not made any advancements towards Speed of Filibuster 2. I have some ideas. I don't have the time. I just don't have the time, man. Even my Bahamut video, I can only start like really focusing into this week. For one, obviously work, and two, the other reason on why I haven't been working on videos and stuff is the other reason on why I haven't been working as much, or has been like focusing on work as much. I might have been getting a bunch of run-in on Hades. I might have gotten a little bit hooked on Hades. I actually haven't been playing Hades in a couple of days, but like, man, game is good. Game is definitely great. I might do like 1 or 2 more streams of Hades, and then I'll probably just completely stop and not completely stop, but more like stop playing it on stream, because like I've already put a decent amount of hours off stream. I'm probably just gonna play it a little bit more on stream, and then I'll save like the final boss or whatever, whenever that is, on stream, and then the rest I'll probably just completely play off stream or whatever. But yeah, this game's pretty fucking addicting. The only reason on why I haven't been playing Hades as much is because each run is like 30-40 minutes long, and like sometimes I'm just like, I don't have enough free time for like a 40 minutes run. I'm just gonna like play something else or whatever. But yeah, Hades is super fun. Hades is great. I'm probably going to like stream it like once or twice. After that, I'm probably just gonna like exclusively play it off stream. The second Hades game has me climaxing. I've never been more hyped. I mean, to be fair, it's not out yet, right? I haven't checked anything from the early access. I know, like, you know, people complaining about design on Twitter, weirdos that like hates fucking Western design or whatever, and like I don't fucking know, stupid shit like that. But aside from that, I haven't seen much of Hades 2. I'm probably going to try to come in blind whenever it's like actually out, rather than the early access. But yeah, we'll see about that. Have you seen that Art of Jesus in Hades? I have. It looks really good, and I'm a Catholic too. Someone said it's like people should like really start putting Jesus in a bunch of like mythology and games and stuff like that. And like, I agree. I'm a Catholic. I agree. People should like put Jesus in cool situation. Shit like that is awesome. Like you see like fucking people playing as like Jesus in like Soul Calibur or stuff like that. Like that's just fucking cool. Soul Calibur Jesus. Like that's pretty cool, man. Imagine playing fucking Jesus in a fighting game. That shit kicks ass. Oh, hi, Teddy Bell. You're not first, but sure. Do you plan on playing Binding of Isaac? I don't think so. I don't know. It looks neat, but I'm sure it's like a game that I will like. It's just not a game that I really like to a point where I want to stream it or something. I don't really know. Okay, fine, Terry, you're first, I guess. Thank you for another 50. Jesus should be a new unit for the Almighties. Okay, that's a bit, probably a little bit hard to implement, given that it's not really, well, I don't fucking know about that one. There's also like, there's also these. It's like fucking, where's the gif of that? There's like a gif of like, here, Goku against Jesus. Like, shit's fucking cool. We should put Jesus in more games. Shit's awesome. But anyways. What, Jesus versus Kratos? That would be pretty fucking funny too. It's almost been 30 minutes. I know that's just how my stream be sometimes, unfortunately. I do be yapping. Anyways, let's move on to 13.4 update. Welcome! 13.4 update. Finally, after 30 minutes of yapping, as usual. 13.4 update. I'm once again probably just going to go through like the general overview of the update first, and then we'll talk about stuff in more detail. There's actually not that much that I can talk about right now. I mean, I say not that much, but we do have like a pretty big deal over here, which is a new collab with Samurai X. I don't know what's the Japanese name again? Rurouni Kenshin. In English, it's more known as Samurai X, I'm pretty sure. I have never watched this, unfortunately, or read this. I know this is like a pretty like legendary manga, legendary anime. I've never watched that. Oh fuck, I accidentally... Oh shit, it refreshed. Okay, hold on. Wait, if I do this, would I... Which one is getting captured by OBS? Okay, that one is getting captured by OBS. Okay, good. So refreshing that means that I need to hide some stuff again, because there are some stuff that I cannot show, unfortunately. I need to re-hide some stuff. Give me a second. Fuck! I shouldn't have refreshed that. I accidentally clicked that. I didn't mean to. Anyways, yeah, Rurouni Kenshin. I've never really watched this or anything like that. But I do know that people consider this to be like a pretty legendary stuff. I don't know anything about it. I have just seen the design. That's kind of it. Like, I recognize the designs. That's basically about it. I recognize the main characters. That's more or less it. I don't really know what's it about. Does anyone in chat actually know what it's about? Isn't this manga's writer pretty controversial? Is it? I don't know anything about that. What happened? Why Samurai X main guy looks feminine enough? I mean, I think like a lot of like samurai and stuff like that has like long hair. I'm pretty sure that's... Is that like really the only reason on why you would call it feminine? Because they have like long hair? Like, if you want someone to be someone that is like actually more feminine, you'd probably be talking about like freaking what's his name? Ranma. Like, Ranma's actually one that is like actually somewhat feminine. Okay, I think I've hidden most of the things that should not be good to show, so maybe we can put this tab back. There we go. Alright. But yeah, Rurouni Kenshin. The old manga is old as fuck, but the collab is with the remake version. Oh, is that it? There's a remake for it? Just don't go through the author's backstory. What the fuck happened? What's going on? What's going on with the author? I don't know anything about this. This collab happened because of the 2023 remake. Oh, there's a very recent remake? Is there? Samurai X remake. it is 2023. I see. That's pretty cool. It does look really new, so I guess that makes sense. Is this like the old and yeah? I guess this is like the old and new one, right? That's a pretty bold touch up. Also goes from like blurry to HD, which is also kind of funny. I guess that's cool. I don't know anything about this, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan. Not that I do not like it, I just literally do not know anything about this. What's even this about? The series takes this is way too long. I can't read this. I have an attention span of a frog. Meiji era, Boshin War assassin, wanders with katana, murderer who claims to be something, decides to defeat fake someone. Kenshin is the assassin. Kaoru is in dojo. Character. Several months later, there's a rival police officer. Oh, it's this guy! Hey, I know this guy, because everybody's been talking about this guy. Rival of this guy. May attack friend. Kenshin meets something. He needs to get stronger. And someone plans to enact revenge. Kenshin married someone. They win, I guess, and then Kenshin married Kaoru. Okay. I understand now. Ah, I see. So that's what happened. I have no idea what's happening, but I guess I understand. So I assume this is the dojo one, right? This is Kaoru, right? This is the owner of the dojo that eventually becomes the wife. This, I think, is the rival, right? And the rest probably some side characters. I understand now. The fingerer? What do you mean the fingerer? Who do you mean the fingerer? But yeah. So this is Samurai X. That's cool. People are hyped with this. I'm not. Well, not really. It's like I'm interested because it's a big collab. I know it's a big collab. I just happen to not be the target audience, I guess. That's basically about it. It's cool. I'm just not the target audience. Oh no, there are a couple of units have been exploded by the Doomshroom, and unfortunately I can't show it because Doomshroom destroyed the articles and images, so I can't show some of these, unfortunately. It's just, that's just, I don't know, it's not my fault. Unfortunately, someone just decided to put Doomshroom here, so I can't show these, unfortunately. But yeah, we got new units from the collab, and also we got new true forms. Fuck, hold on. Ah shit, that one's also been removed by Doomshroom. I don't know what this one is. So it's like someone got a true form that unfortunately got Doomshroomed. But we also got a new basic true form. Well, not basic true form, sorry. We got a new true form, which is for bakery, which is fried chicken cat, which is why I'm holding this chicken right now. That's why I'm holding this chicken. I wonder if like someone just joined that like doesn't know on why I've been like holding this fucking fried chicken in my hand for some fucking reason. But yeah, the fried chicken cat asked for bakery's true form. We'll talk about that later. We got new fourth form, ultra form for black rabbit, white rabbit, sorry, white rabbit or black cat. We got a new ultra form for that. We got new talents, basic talents for Jizzo. Finally, it's whatever, and also Shishilan. Also finally, and it's also whatever. And then Ultra Talent for Cat Machine. It's also whatever. Then we got enemies. There are basically stuff just for collabs, and also a new one, which is a Red Sage Kangaroo. We'll also talk about that later. And then there's some new stages and all that stuff. For the most part, it doesn't really matter. There's a new cat combo. Unit speed up for Dahlia-san and Little Fish Cat. I don't understand why. I mean, I understand the combo, but it's like unit speed up is kind of interesting, I guess. What does this translate to, actually? Kairyokan, Sea Dragon Palace, I see. I mean, it's just fish. That's all that you need to know. It's fish on fish action. it's just fish. We got new gacha for the Samurai X collab, and also this. This is probably one of the only stages that matters in this update, which is the basically Clan of Malevolence. Is there? They have this one, right? Okay, Clan of Malevolence. So there's basically a new Clan of Maniacs stage, except it's for the Malevolence. Unlike the Clan of Maniacs, they actually decided to you know, make a stage instead of just spawning every single craze at once. They actually decided to make a stage. So just like Clan of Maniacs, they have 2 stages, but unlike Clan of Maniacs, they don't spawn everything at once. They separate half of the first Malevolence on the first stage, and the second half on the second stage. The first one, I don't really know. I haven't really seen people posting like struggling in here or whatever. This one looks pretty basic. It's not, well, I mean, it's still pretty difficult, but it's not crazy difficult. This one, the second one, I have seen many horror stories of this one. This one, I have seen so much people playing this and just being like completely hopeless. Because this one is actually like a very, very scary stage. For one, I mean, just having Malevolent Jamira in the stage is already like pretty messed up. Like, this is a stage that even if you use Uriel, it's still going to be ungodly difficult. Even Uriel is like a little bit hard to use here because he does surge, and every Malevolence has surge counter, so it's hard to use Uriel here. Even if you try to use like mainly surge immune units, there's still like Brainwash Jam, and Brainwash Jam is still like insane. Like, Malevolent Jamira just completely alone is already really, really hard, let alone with all these stuff backing him up. This one is extremely hard. The hardest stage currently, depends on what you have, depends on what you own. But I think for the most part, especially when it comes to like no Uber difficulty, yeah, this is probably one of the hardest stages in the game. This definitely is up there, like top something for one of the hardest stages in the game. This one is pretty insane. Even with Ubers, a lot of people are struggling. I think like if you use Satoru can wreck this stage pretty well. But other than that, Clan of the Maniacs, let me check. Clan of the Malevolence. How do I spell Malevolence? Whatever. Malevolent. Did I spell that right? Oh, I did spell that right. Nice. Yeah, let me check Joe's video. No! Wait, no, it skipped itself. Okay, cool. But yeah. So this is the first stage. The first stage is it's not that crazy. It's still pretty difficult, but if you use power creep units or whatever, it's not too bad. If you use Uriel, it's not too bad. You just research rock Uriel and shit like that and spam stuff or whatever, and you're good. For the most part, it's not that bad. Eventually, you'll win. The second one... The second one, Jones just completely gave up and used Ubers. Like, man said, I'm not even going to bother using non-Ubers. I'm just going to spam Ubers because this is a pretty difficult stage. And yeah, you saw the surge counter happening a lot already in the first stage. You can imagine it's also happening in the second stage if you use Uriel. Again, you can just not use Uriel, but if you're not using Uriel, you don't really have that much like good damager anti-Akus. And you kind of want a damager anti-Aku here because you want to deal with the Mohawk fast. But killing Mohawk can take a while if your anti-Aku isn't that good. Eventually, Dark is also gonna come in, which will also make killing Mohawk harder. And also flying as the backliner is also really hard to like deal with or knock back or anything like that. And if you don't deal with the Mohawk fast enough, you're also gonna have to deal with Jamira. And again, remember, this is with fucking Ubers, right? You're still gonna have to deal with Jamira and all that stuff. And if you don't really have like a good anti-Jamira options, you're gonna have to deal with Jamira, Mohawk, and Axe all at the same time. So your best chance is to actually just like completely nuke Axe and Mohawk at the same time, or basically as fast as possible, and then maybe like lure and then kill Jamira or something like that. But even that is like really difficult. This is a really fucking brutal stage. I've seen a lot of like gameplays of people attempting no Ubers on this. It's pretty crazy. What do you get if you win on this stage? I think like 3 rare tickets. I'm pretty sure that's about it. I think that's it, right? Let me check. Stage information. Yeah, it's 2 rare tickets actually. Congratulations, 2 rare tickets. You get 1 rare ticket on the first stage too. Yay! You have beaten the hardest stage in the game. 2 tickets. Here's your Thief Cat and Archer Cat. There it is. Here's your 10 NP. Not worth the pain. I mean, I think like it's just for bragging rights, right? Like if you beat the stage with no Uber, it's mainly for bragging rights for the most part. It's pretty fucking funny. But yeah, this is a pretty brutal stage. Definitely one of the hardest stages in the game currently. I wonder if this like will justify Ponos adding more bullshit anti-Akus in the future. Because like Akus for the most part is a pretty power crap trait already. Like we have a shit ton of like anti-Akus that is like really strong, especially with Uril, right? That for the most part, most like Aku focus stages are like pretty much a joke. So I wonder if this is Ponos' way of saying like, oh, you think Akus are like power crap now? Check this shit out. Check this out. Try your Uril on this. Uril Cat Ultra Form next, my god. But yeah. This is definitely like balanced around essentially the end of UL, unless if you have like Ubers or whatever. Speaking of end of UL, there's something else I probably should talk about. Do I want to talk about this now, or do I want to talk about this later? Nah, you know what? Since we're on the topic, the other stage of interest in this update, as some of you might already know, is Doremi. Since we have Bakery's Ultra Talents, since we have Bakery's True Form right now, this means that First Eren has a Rat and Revenge. Doremi has a Rat and Revenge. Where's the let me check. Where's the which one is the stage for that? Fuck, I don't know which one this is. Is it this one? No, it's not. I assume it's this one. No, it's not. Is this one? Okay, it is this one. So, Doremi's Wrath and Revenge. Let's talk about Doremi's Revenge first. Doremi's Revenge is basically Wawa. They're just spamming shit. Like, they got Doremi, and then the rest is just weak peons. That's it. If you're wondering, it's like, oh, but maybe this will like disallow Bahama cheese or whatever. I don't know about that one. You look at this. Look at the Doge Dark. 200% Doge Dark. What the fuck? You see that? You see that? Doge Dark at 200% strength modification has 10,000 HP and 4,000 attack power. What? Kangaroo at 250, which has 10,000 HP and 600 attack power. Pigeon Disable at 100%. which is 8,000 HP and 1,200 attack. And like, these are... Why is it so weak? The BB Bunny has more health. The BB Bunny has 20,000 HP. The BB Bunny has more health than the Doge Dark. Why? Why would you put these magnifications so small? I don't understand who made this stage. Cerberus Kit at... Oh, okay, Cerberus Kit has its normal magnification, I'm pretty sure. But like, the Doge Dark's magnification is really small. I don't know why this is the case. The Pigeon Disabled, this is also like... I'm pretty sure, like... Later Pigeon Disable is like 200 something, right? Like, later Pigeon Disable is like 200 something. I'm pretty sure late SOL of Pigeon Disable is like 150. But like... No, everything here is just really weak for some reason. So, as you might have guessed, yes, this stage is a joke. 300%. Yeah. I think Pigeon Disable right now is like 300%. But I don't know why they put like 100% here. I get that they spam it. Like, yeah, sure, you spam it. But also, what the fuck? At least put it like 200 or something like that. 250 or something, I don't know. At 200-ish makes sense. Like, what, 100? Why? Why is it so weak? I think it's supposed to be like Wawa Rat. Yeah, but even then, like Wawa Rat has like strong Brolos and stuff like that. And like, I don't think Wawa Rat is even that bad. Like, Wawa. King Mawa's Return. Wrath of the Doge Lord. Let me check here. Like, Brolo 150%, which I'm pretty sure is like early UL standard, which is fine. Ginger Snake at 400, which is also like standard. 48,000 HP and 7,000 attack. Mr. Angel at 150, 20k HP. Trolley Blocker as usual, those guys as usual. But like Croxo, which has 54,000 HP. Like, these guys are at least like the stronger peons, have like 40k, 50k HP. And this one is 20k, but this one is fast. And there's Brawlos, right? That is like relatively spammed. Which like makes sense. But these are like... The Doremi Rat are like 10k health for the most part? Like the strongest, the tankiest peon here is BB Bunny. What the fuck? Like this one is 10k HP, 8,000 HP, 10k HP, 10k HP, 2,000 HP, 3,000 HP. The only tanky peon is Baby Bunny at 20,000. What the fuck? This is really weak. This is laughably weak. Cause like, Wawa's Return has like enemies at 40k, 50k, and Brawlo. This one is fucking nothing. What the fuck? It's just free money. It's so lame. This stage is super lame. I've seen someone clear this stage with Talented Dark Laser at level 30. Like, come on. I'm surprised you memorized the stats. No, I don't. I don't think... I'm not sure if OBS captures this. Yeah, okay. I think it's because OBS doesn't capture it. Hold on, let me check if I can do something about this. Because like, if I hover over the magnification, the wiki will show... Can you see this now? Hold on. Can you see this? Like, if I hover over this, do you guys see that? If I hover over this, do you guys see that? Like, do you guys see that, like, Cerberus Kit magnification has 10,000 HP and 10,000 attack? I don't think you guys can see it, Okay, yeah, I don't think you guys can see it, but... Yeah, if you basically hover over the magnification, it'll show the stats. But yeah, unfortunately, I might have been talking to... I might have been not showing on how I know that. But yeah, all of these are super weak. Max, the strongest one is Baby Bunny at 20,000 HP. Everything else is like 10,000 HP. Which is like very stupid. This is super dumb. There's a reason why people can solo the stage with Talented Dark Laser. Yeah, it's just super weak. Everything here is super weak. This stage also features Green Barrier, which is like whatever, I guess. it's like Green Barrier's okay, I suppose. That's basically about it. Aside from that, is Doremi's Rat. Ooh, oh boy, I wonder what the restriction for Doremi's Rat is, normal and uber rare. It's fucking normal and uber rare. I don't think they even allow legend rare. Usually when you show like uber rare as a restriction, usually they'll also show legend rare. But no, it's just uber. It doesn't have legend rare. You can't use legend rare here, which is kind of funny. There are a lot of ways to beat this with Ubers. There are, you know, you can use like Balrog or Fest units or strengthen KGs, Yukimura or stuff like that. There's a lot of good stuff that you can use. If you want to beat this without Ubers, get plus 90 units. You might have seen my tweet. I have attempted to play this, or at least like recreate this with what I have. So the general strat for this stage is essentially you just want to stack a bunch of shit. You just want to stack a bunch of shit before hitting the base, so that you'll be able to like lock Doremi on the base, and then you'll use Breaker Blast, and then you'll use Breaker Blast to like push Kurosawa back. This is me using my level 110 normals, but unfortunately, so you see here, right? So this is stack a bunch of shit. You go there. You want to have Doremi to be pinned on the base. And then once Kurosawa is about to attack, use Breaker Blast to push him off, right? I use Breaker Blast here. Kurosawa, I can't hit Kurosawa. My Breaker Blast level is not high enough to hit Kurosawa. So, okay, well, my Breaker Blast level is at level 10 previously. My Breaker Blast level is level 10. As you know, if you level up your Breaker Blast blast goes farther. So you can, you should upgrade this to actually for it to be able to hit Kurosawa. You can use normal cannon or freeze cannon, but it's not as good as Breaker Blast, because Breaker Blast actually allows like some of your cat units to actually survive. Meanwhile, freeze or slow cannon would essentially just delay the inevitable by a little bit, and everybody's going to like die from Doremi anyways. So after that, you're still gonna have to like fight it normally. But yeah, so if you want to beat this with Ubers, there's a lot of options and there's way too much Ubers to recommend. I'd imagine it would be pretty difficult to actually make like a proper guide with Ubers for this stage, because there's just way too much Ubers. But yeah, what stops normal cannon from working there? It's just too little. Like, you can use normal cannon, but it's not going to save your units from dying. It's just going to delay a little bit. Because like after Kurosawa attacks again, you know, you're still going to die. You just get like a little bit extra time. With Breaker Blast, I'm pretty sure you actually get like some of your units to be actually safer. Let me check. Does Jones use Ubers for this? Okay, yeah, he doesn't use Ubers here. I think like he does use Breaker Blast here, right? Let me check. Yeah, okay. So with Breaker Blast, some of your units actually get to survive, which is like a little bit better than like using normal cannon and all that stuff. Like this one's actually like pretty good. But aside from that, yeah, if you use normal cannon, it can still delay it. It's just not going to delay it as good as Breaker Blast, essentially. That's basically about it. Second form Dragon Cat is pog. I saw like a JP tweet using second form Dragon, and I'm like, that's fucking genius, dude. I'm like, that's really smart. I haven't seen anyone use second form Dragon in a long while. That's actually a really smart move to use second form Dragon. I thought that was like, I thought that was like super smart. Imagine being so desperate that even Flying Cat is an actual option. Flying Cat is like one of the best units you can have here. Flying Cat is probably like one of the MVP for this stage, to be honest. Because like flying, for one, it's like super short cooldown, pretty big damage per hit, and it's relatively cheap. And range isn't really too much of a problem here. So Flying Cat is actually like really good here. Why second form? So King Dragon Cat, let me go back here, I guess. Well, we already talked about this. Let me use this page. Lizard Cat. So I wonder if you can. Okay, so this is true for this is max, right? Dragon Cat and King Dragon Cat doesn't really have that big of a stat difference. The health is only slightly different here. Like you can see, this is 35k health. This is 40k health. It's not a big of jump. It's 3.7 DPS, 4.2 DPS. It's pretty noticeable, but it's not that big. But you see the cooldown? The cooldown is King Dragon's cooldown is 16 seconds. Normal Dragon cooldown is 10 seconds. This is very fast, especially if you're using like research combo. This can be really fast. So if you don't really mind, bleeding money, Dragon Cat at basic evolved Dragon Cat is probably like the better option, because the recharge time is like super short compared to King Dragon Cat. So yeah, it's shorter cooldown, and the stats isn't too much worse. It's slightly worse. It's definitely noticeable here. On the damage wise, it's definitely noticeable, but it's not that noticeable. It's actually pretty good. So if you need money, King Dragon's definitely the way to go. But if you don't really need the money, then you just use Evolved Dragon Cat. That's actually just probably usually a better option. Dragon Cat is one of the only like basic cats that doesn't actually gain like insane stats in true form, because Evolved Dragon Cat is already really good. What unit are you saying, Dragon Cat? But yeah. So that would be cool to have. I am still on the process of getting my Breaker Blast level up, because my Breaker Blast level currently my Breaker Blast level is at 18. I think that you might need to be usually around 19 or 20. No, actually probably like 20. I think you probably need to be around or 20 or 21 for Breaker Blast to hit. I think Johannes said that his Breaker Blast is 20 and 20 is enough. So I'm probably going to keep on grinding for level 20 Breaker Blast to be able to go back there. So I guess heads up in the future, if anyone wants to try that new Uber, level your Breaker Blast to 20. But yeah, that's pretty fun. I'm sure it's not like... It is kind of funny that the restrictions are normal and Ubers. I wonder if it's like... So there are two things or outcomes or like lessons to be learned on why I think the rarity is normal and uber rare. So it's this, right? There's two reasons on why I think it could be on why this is a normal uber. For one, it's either the left side being that, hey, maybe this means that ultra talents for normal cat is finally going to be a thing. Who knows? Maybe, you know, copium, copium. But maybe finally normal cats gets talents. Maybe normal cats gets you know, ultra forms or something, right, guys? Right? Surely this is a tease so that normal cats gets like an extra buff in the future, right, guys? The other side is that Ponos has just been making the game uber-centric, which is like, probably the actual, probably like the actual thing that is happening right now. But yeah, the copium is that normal talents are coming. The realistic reason is probably Ponos don't really care about no Ubers and just wants people to actually use Ubers. Because I mean, the past like 10 fucking updates has been like super focused on Ubers. Ever since the game receives Ultra Talents, the game has been super heavily shifted on mainly focused on Ubers. So yeah. What other restrictions would work for Doremi? Can't be anything that allows Bahamut or Dark Laser, everything else, or else the stages are identical. You could at least use like rares, I think. Like rare still makes sense, because even if you got like Tourist or Glass, the thing about Crystal, you know what's the funny thing about Crystal Cat? The interaction if you use Crystal Cat on Doremi is that Doremi is slow immune. So Crystal Cat's slow doesn't really work. It'll only knock Doremi back without the slow. What usually happens if you use Crystal on Doremi is that it'll knock Doremi back, and then afterwards Doremi will move so fast, because Doremi has a fast movement speed. Doremi will move forward and then attack on Glass Cat, because Glass Cat hasn't died, and Doremi moves super fast. So the interaction with like Doremi and some rare cats, I feel like still would be fine. I guess you can use like Bear Cat or whatever, but I don't know. I'm sure it's still a little bit more of a challenge. Besides, it's just weird that like this stage is so difficult for no Uber, and then the revenge stage is like piss easy for some reason. Like, it just makes no sense. It makes a little bit more sense if this is like relatively easy, and then the revenge stage is also piss easy. It's like, okay, sure, they just want to give it like free, I guess. But like, it's really weird that the rat is like absurdly difficult, and then the revenge is like stupidly easy. I don't know why that's the case. I think that's about all of the stages that are like important in this update. There's like no other cool stages, I think. There's probably like the collab stages, but I don't really look at the collab stages that much. Let's move on to the units then, I guess. Is that New Testament as well? I wouldn't say so. New Testament, I feel like it's easy because of like the cheese, right? But like the cheese is relatively specific, and like without the specific cheese, it's a relatively pretty difficult stage. If you play it normally, it's actually pretty challenging. It's actually pretty fun. But yeah, like without the cheese, it's actually like a pretty relatively difficult stage. All right, let's talk about Bakery. Since we did just talk about Doremi, let's talk about Bakery's true form. Where is it? Here it is. Bakery's true form. This is Colonel Sanders, Fried Chicken Cat. It's just really funny that they just made a whole ass Colonel Sanders. Also, funny thing about Colonel Sanders, right? So you know Bakery as like a curse unit, right? There's this thing that some of you might not know called Curse of Colonel Sanders. The Curse of the Colonel. Do you guys know about this? Curse of the Colonel is also a Japanese thing, so I feel like this actually could be an actual reference to Curse of the Colonel. This is an actual Japanese like urban legend about a statue of Colonel Sanders that at one point got like pushed off a river after, I think, like celebrating a baseball team. Hanshin Tigers, that's the baseball team. Hanshin Tigers. This baseball team at one point was celebrating, and like I think like the fans pushed this statue of Colonel Sanders into a river. And then since the incident of someone pushing the statue into the river, this baseball team hasn't won for like decades. For 18 years. For 18 years, this team hasn't won. Ever since that Colonel Sanders statue was pushed. For 18 years, Hanshin Tigers has not won like a single good like tournament. I think the curse was broken like last year or 2022 or 2023. I forgot. Yeah, it's 2023. 2023, the Tigers finally won. 2023, the Hanshin Tigers finally won. Fans again gathered and celebrated in Dotonbori after 2023 title win and threw a fan cosplaying as the colonel into the river in a reference for the curse. This shit's so fucking funny, dude. Someone just fucking cosplay. Someone just cosplaying as Colonel Sanders and jumped off into the river. This is so fucking good. This is so good. Oh my god. This is so fucking funny. 18 years losing streak because of Colonel Sanders. That shit's fucking insane. But yeah, so that is Curse of the Colonel, and potentially on why, on like what the reference on why this is Colonel Sanders. It's so good. I don't think the description mentions anything about the curse though. A cat will aim to go global by leveraging his family business, a hot topic for customer service to deliver flash food directly to customers' mouth. Curses angel, zombie, alien, and ancient. Yeah, it doesn't really mention anything about like baseball or curse or whatever. I don't know if it's actually going to be like a coincidence. I kind of doubt it's a coincidence, but like, but yeah, Curse of the Colonel is pretty fucking funny. So the true form for this guy, one, his health is all basically doubled, and his range increase, and he gains a relic targeting, zombie killer, and curse immunity. That doesn't sound like much, right? Like, okay, more range is good, but his speed is still kind of bad. More HP is good, but it's also kind of like, I mean, that's okay. Relic targeting is cool, but there's not that much relics that I think like Bakery can target. But what isn't really written here, I don't know why it's not written there actually. What's not written here is that he gets area attack. That is pretty good. Now, this isn't only just good because he now is able to curse multiple units and all that stuff. His damage is deceptively kind of good, actually. Nobody ever talks about Boomerang Cat's damage, mainly because it's single target. Like, single target, 2000 DPS is like whatever. But like 2000 DPS, 320 range with LD from 250 to 500 with area attack. This isn't bad. This is actually kind of nice. For comparison, let's say, let's compare it with like Volter Cat. For comparison, Volter at true form has 1700 DPS. Yes, the range is higher. Yes, she has talents, but it's still pretty nice for someone to just like have 320 range 2.3k DPS without needing talents or whatever. Plus, his recharge time is really short, and also Housewife only has 12,000 HP. Chicken Cat has 7,000 HP. That is pretty nice. It's definitely not bad. 14 seconds cooldown is pretty nice. The range is with LD. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is a pretty decent damage. It's not the highest damage in the world. I doubt you'll be using this that much for damage, especially in the era where like Courier and people using, you know, Talented Housewife, Savage Blow, Fiend Cat, and LD Ubers or whatever. I'm sure this isn't going to be a crazy game-breaking unit, but I think it's just a good choice to have when you want to have someone that does damage and curses. I think that's nice. I think it's great. Also, this is 4-star, so it's a 4-star compatible unit, so you can also use it for that. If you want to compare it with like Courier's DPS is definitely higher, unfortunately, because it's fucking Courier. But Courier does have like 250 range, which is like pretty short. Bakery has like 320, which is like pretty safe. This is a pretty safe DPS and also stackable. This is pretty nice. Still pretty good. I think like I doubt this is like a game-breaking unit. I just think he'll probably be decent for like damaging units, especially in 4-star. I think in many stages where you would use Courier, but maybe you want a little bit more range or you want a little bit extra stackability, you can basically just use him in any of those kind of stages. Plus, Zombie Killer is also nice. Like, this also means that he's an attacker for zombies too. Granted, zombies probably would burrow past him, but it's still nice to have a Zombie Killer. Because you can curse aliens to remove war from Star Alien, making Jetpack and Soap tank Starpang and Mesocosmic Cyclone hits. That is also true, yeah. You could definitely pair him with non-warp immune meat shield or tankers, so that he'll be able to curse and do damage at the same time, while also allowing your meat shields to not get warped. It's nice. It's great. This unit's great. Again, not the craziest true form in the world, not the most game-breaking unit or whatever, but I can see a lot of interesting usages out of this. The relic targeting, I don't really know. I don't really see. Let me check, like, relic enemies. Is there just like, okay, category relic enemies? There's not that much relic enemies that I feel like would matter that much when it comes to him cursing. For the most part, most relics are either peons like Relic Doges or Sorel, or like backliners or like high-range enemies like Luza, Evolution, Loris, and all that stuff. So it's either like the stuff that he targets or the stuff that he hits. Usually the curse don't matter, as you usually would just rather kill Relic Doges or Sorels, right? Like, you don't need to curse Relic Doges or Sorel, you just kill them. And stuff like Evolution or Loris, or I guess like Sunfish or stuff like that, usually Bakery have a harder time to reach the front line, because Bakery still have pretty slow speed. The speed is still the same, 6. This isn't really that fast. He can't really like go through and hit backliner enemies that easily. Yes, he has higher HP, but he's not really a tanker, so I can't really see him working that well for like backliners, or even stuff like Loki. Like, I doubt he'll be able to like hit Loki. But for the most part, I don't really see his relic curse being that great. There are stuff like Amos, or his LD can probably hit like Otom, but it's okay. How many non-Ubers can relic curse? Because I might now fit a new role, maybe as relic curse, but isn't immune, so you can stop them from cursing your stuff. Yeah, but like, yeah, like I said, it's either stuff like he's able to hit stuff like maybe Honey 1-1. I think Honey 1-1 is probably like a good one for him, but you'll still gonna need to stop his wave. And then there's stuff like Sorel and Doges, but again, Sorel and Doges curse usually don't matter, and for the most part, you'd prefer killing Sorel and Relic Doges as opposed to cursing. And stuff like Loris or Autumn or Loki, then Fried Chicken Cat still have problems hitting them. He can probably still hit Autumn, but only with LD, not with standing range. His probably easiest target is Amos. I believe he now outranges Amos by 10. Yeah, Amos has 310 range, and Fried Chicken have 320. And he's not a speedy unit, so he's not going to be able to clip. So I think he can curse Amos pretty well. The problem is, for the most part, you don't really care about cursing Amos. In a lot of stages, you kind of don't want to curse Amos, actually, because Amos's knockback actually usually helps you. There are definitely certain situations where like cursing Amos helps, but the knockback and slow from Amos usually keeps your units alive, so you usually don't want to curse him. So it's a bit like, I'm sure there are other times where cursing Amos is great, but I think for the most part, it's kind of mixed. It's a bit Amos is more of a kill on sight for me. That's also true, yeah. For the most part, you kind of just kill Amos rather than trying to CC it or whatever. Outclassed by Uriel, that is also partially true, yeah. If you have Uriel, Uriel's definitely like the better choice for most relics. But for other, again, for generalist usages and still for like Angel, Alien, and Zombie, that's still pretty nice. That's still pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this true form. I'm happy it's not immensely broken, and I'm happy that it allows him to have like a pretty good niche, I think. I think that's about it for Bakery. The range and area for his existing traits is huge. Yeah. I probably like his range difference is really big, especially with the area attack. It's really nice. It is pretty funny discovering that like his DPS is actually pretty decent if he's just area attack. That's about it for Bakery's true form. Next up is White Rabbit's ultra form. This is her. It's pretty cool. She looks nice. She looks pretty sweet, I guess. This is her attack animation. Her attack animation is basically about the same. Attack animation is basically the same, but she's cute. She looks nice. That's cool. That's nice. Her changes are okay. I believe this is level 60. Yeah, this is level 60. Let me check. I think this one. Yeah. So her health increased by like 30%. Her health increased also by I think around 30%. Her DPS increased by also I think around 30%. It's general stat buff. It's cool, but also it's kind of whatever. White Rabbit didn't really have good stats to begin with, and the true form, I mean, you see this amount of like HP and damage, like 100,000 HP, like 10,000 HP, 10,000 DPS. This is level 60, which is like about as expected. This isn't that big of a DPS. This isn't that big of a health. This ultra form isn't that crazy. The abilities are neat, I guess. It's strong against slow and weaken, all being guaranteed against red and alien, and also has Sage Slayer. And also like she has LD, which is also great, but the LD is like separated with multi-hit. You probably wouldn't even realize that she has multi-hit because the attack animation is the fucking same. The attack animation is basically the fucking same as the previous forms. It's like... Okay, cool. Ultra form. It's the same shit. Except that she goes from inside to outside rather from outside to inside. That's basically about it. Check her stats on level 30. Let me check. How do I do that again? How do I change this? Stats modifier at level 30. Level 30. Like 5,600 DPS. Okay. I mean, that's high, but it's not ultra form high. You know what I mean? Like, it's good, but that's about it. It's just good. It's like, nice, cool, that's good, okay, that's about it. And the problem is, this is like, it is 5,600 DPS. If all of her attacks hit, her attacks are split. Yeah, it's divided. Her attacks are split. First attack. The first attack is strong attack, right? Where's her attack? Where's her attack power? This is Multi-hit. It's this one? Is this level 1? 2900. Is this level 1 stats? Why is it 2900? But yeah, the attacks are split. Yeah, this isn't that big, but like let me change back to standard. Like 63k, 14k, 14k. A lot of her damage gets split here. Let me check what's her normal in here. So at level 60, her usual attacks is 63k. In here is also 63k. So all she gets for the extra attacks are like the extended LD. Her base DPS is still this. Her base DPS is still this. Her base DPS is still 3500 at level 30. Like, she only gets like that extra DPS from the extra LD, which again, is nice, but it's split. And it's only like a 10 frame difference. Like, you see this, right? Like, this isn't an attack that'll like hit every enemy at the same time. This is an attack that, like, if you knock the enemy back on the first hit, the other attacks are not going to hit. So it's kind of shite. It's kind of not great. I'm pretty sure Dio Ramos gets a better treatment than this. She has good abilities, but it's red and alien, which is like, okay. Ultra form cost Behemoth Stones, Behemoth Stones, Behemoth Stones, and Gold Seed. In fairness, these Behemoth Stones are pretty easy to get, but there's still a lot of farming for Behemoth Stones. And this one is only like 5 blue, but then there's also 1 Gold Seed, which is like, okay. I don't know, man. This one is pretty underwhelming. This one is pretty fucking underwhelming. Even then, it's like, yeah, she has Sage Slayer. Cool, you use it for the new Sage enemy. Okay. Just use Courier, bro. Like, what the fuck? She got done super dirty, in my opinion. I think her Ultra Form is still a good unit. It's just so underwhelming for an Ultra Form. Like, even, I feel like a lot of other Ultra Form that are underwhelming are at the very least kinda cool. This one isn't even that cool. I don't know. This one kinda sucks. This one kinda sucks. But yeah, that's about it for White Rabbit. If she's her waifu, if she's your waifu, still go grab her, I guess. It's still not a bad unit. It's just, do you really want to invest on this? That's about it. Next up are the collab ones. Okay, you know what? Before the collab ones, let me talk about the enemy actually. Since we did just talk about Red and Sage, this is Dr. KO. This is a Red SBK that is a Sage. That's it. That's it. He has no abilities. He has no resistance. He has no modifier, no wave, no search, no crit, no resist, no immunities, no abilities to slow or freeze or anything. Nothing. This guy has absolutely nothing. He's actually just straight up a normal ass peon. This is a kind of, yeah. So basically this unit is essentially an tankier SBK. I believe his DPS and health is similar to SBK, but I'm pretty sure he's like tankier than SBK. That's unbuffed boar, right? I think I saw someone mention that too. So if you compare this with boar at 100%, boar at 100%, 400,000 HP and 13k DPS. This guy has 380,000 HP and, well, okay, this is 29k DPS, which is like double of this. But like the HP is basically unbuffed boar. which if you played like Legend Quest back again and you play the Get Unbuffed War, you might notice it's pretty easy to kill. The range is also basically similar to like SBK. It's only 170. I don't really understand this enemy. I feel like this enemy should have had more damage, but I guess this enemy is here. Courier fodder, I guess. I don't know. Jones earlier mentioned about communist kangaroo. It is kind of funny because his name is Dr. KO, and as you might have known, most sage enemies are like based off historic figures. So, you know, Dogenstein is obviously based off Einstein. Tarsiriel, I forgot what you're based off. Socrates is obviously Socrates. Dober, I believe it's like from Dovarik. I'm not really sure what Dr. K is supposed to be about, but someone mentioned that his fucking tail, usually kangaroo's tails aren't like this. So if you check like Shadowboxer, so SBK's tail is like down, right? It's like going downwards. But if you check his tail is like going up like this. And someone mentioned, I think it's somewhere in the comments actually mentioned this. Look at it's fucking communist symbol. What the fuck? Is this really it? Like, someone mentioned it's like this could be fucking Karl Marx because it's Karl like K. Like, what the fuck? There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. They actually made fucking Karl Marx kangaroo. I do wonder if this is actually the intention, because like I feel like a lot of the others are pretty obvious on what the reference is, but like this one is what the fuck? Base kangaroo, that's crazy to say. But yeah, until maybe if we get like an English translation and maybe it'll like be more obvious on what he's referencing, we'll see about that. But until then, he's Karl Marx. Let me get a drink. Next we'll see Hitler. That's crazy, dude. It would be kind of funny if we get like a Hitler enemy. Oh, also, yeah, someone pointed out the gloves are Flask. I thought that's really cool. Like, look at that. The gloves are like Flask and it's like moving around. That's pretty cool. I like that detail. That detail is cool. It's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. The design is kind of funny. It's also kind of funny that he has like body hair and all that shit. But yeah, I think like currently on ZL he doesn't really have any interesting usages, but we'll see how Ponos uses him in the future, I guess. But for now, he's not really that interesting of an enemy, I think. Imagine a Peng dress as Hitler, that's crazy. The hair is the same as Karl Marx. Yeah, I think someone pointed that out too. The hair is pretty similar with Karl Marx with the mustache too. But yeah, I wonder if they're actually going for that route. It would be kind of funny if this is actually Karl Marx. But otherwise, yeah, it's so funny. This enemy is kind of stupid, kind of funny. But hey, if you ultra form your white rabbit, you can damage him more, I guess. Like, the thing about him is that, like, for sages, usually, you know, the idea about sages is that, like, oh, you can't freeze it, you can't slow it, you can't curse it or whatever. But like, his damage isn't that crazy. I mean, there's still like kills Eraser in 2 hits on all that stuff, but like also just Courier. I don't know. Maybe there are some cool ways to use him in the future, but for now it's whatever. That's cool, I guess. It's an ultra form to counter an unbuff board. Yeah, it's pretty fucking funny. But yeah, that's about it for Dr. KO. I think the rest are just, well, the talents and the collab units. I'm gonna go through the collab units real quick first, I think. No, actually, let's just go into the talents first, since we're already here. Hold on, let me move some stuff real quick, sorry. Ugh. Okay. Jizzo talents. Curse immunity, immune to toxic, and search resist. Okay. I have no idea what Ponos is thinking about this. But sure, I guess. This is a whatever talent. I don't really fucking care about this one. Shishilan talents. Immune to slow. Weaken resist. And mini wave. Hey, mini wave. It's a 50% chance. Okay. Ponos. What the fuck? Oh, this is kind of dumb. Fucking immune to slow and weaken immune. Come on, brother. And like, I mean, mini wave is cool, but also level 3 for 50%? At least make it guaranteed. If it's guaranteed, it's at least a little bit more worth using, or make the mini wave farther. There's like 50% chance for level 3. Why? It's kind of dumb. But surely the Ultra Talents is better, right? Cat Machine with decreased time between attack, Curse Immunity, and Barrier Breaker. What the fuck? You know, the worst part is, usually when it comes to like faster time between attacks, when it comes to faster time between attacks, you got stuff like Ku or Anubis or Coppermine. These people gains like significant damage boost because of the decreased time between attacks, and therefore it makes them good. Cat Machine, this hurts him. This hurts Cat Machine because Cat Machine's not really a damager. Well, I mean, he still does like good damage, right? Like, his damage is still nice. 10k DPS, this is okay. It's pretty good for like a melee unit. But like, his attack animation is so long. His attack animation is super long. And the problem with this is that since he now has lower TBA, because of the Ultra Talent, if you give him lower TBA, this means that he gets stuck on the attack animation more often. For any peons he sees, he will immediately attack and attack and attack and attack. And so he's not actually protecting your units. He's just stuck in attack animation. He's just stuck. Why is it Barrier Breaker? It's so dumb. He definitely should have gotten Warp Immune. But the second Orb slot though, that is true. He does get Resist Orb slot, which is cool. But again, this Ultra Talent is kind of stupid. This Ultra Talent is pretty doo-doo. 3.5 million HP with 2 Resist Orbs. Yeah, check my Boulder Cat out, dude. The worst part is this might have prevented Cat Machine from getting an Ultra form that could have fixed his Force Ring. Yeah! I don't know what Ponos is cooking with this one. This one is really bad. All of the talents in this update is really bad. Even the Ultra form is like really whatever. I'm pretty sure this is like the most mid one. This is like the most mid Ultra form, I feel like. I feel like I'm more excited with Nobunaga. This one's kind of whatever. Bakery's like the only really good like new form or talents in this update. The rest is like, okay. I think that's about it for the non-collab ones. So the only thing left are the collab units. For the collab units, we got this one's from Login Stamp. This is a rare unit. I think this is a free one. Yeah, this is a free one from a stage drop. We got 2 super rares and the rest are 4 uber rares. So the free unit is, well, it's a free unit. It's whatever. It's a black dodge meat shield that is like 9 seconds cooldown. Cool. Let's move on. She's cute though. The other new rare unit, this is a strong versus red and alien with pretty good cooldown and actually pretty respectable health, but it's 570 cost, which is a lot. I don't, you're probably not going to use this. You're probably not going to use this, but it's there, I guess. Assassin better counter, that is true. She will be. You can finally use an extra unit for the you know that stage, the Heaven and Hell stage? The Hell stage for the Heaven and Hell one. You can finally use her for that. So that's cool. This one's kind of whatever. I love new collabs. New collabs is pretty cool. But the free units are whatever. This one, Little Yahiko. I think I saw this earlier and I thought this was actually pretty interesting. This guy is a rusher. So yeah, you see him just running, and his attack is basically instant. So he's a full backswing unit. A rusher full backswing unit that attacks pretty instantly. That's pretty cool. And his deal is that he's a massive damage against floating an angel. So that's pretty cool. Massive damage times 4 with this damage means that his attack would be like 40,000 at level 30. That's pretty good. 40,000 against Floating an Angel at level 30 with 250 range. So he can potentially somewhat stack up. That's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Actually pretty respectable. CAT for Angels and Floatings. That's a pretty good way to put it, actually, yeah. It's kind of like that. CAT for Angels and Floatings. Pretty nice. It's pretty good. He's like Yamato. That's what I was been thinking. I kept on thinking, it's like, who's that one collab unit that has massive against zombies? But the name escapes me. But yeah, he's like Yamato. But I think Yamato and CAT has less range than him. I believe CAT is at 200 or 199, and Yamato's also pretty low range. This guy's at 250, so he actually is like able to outrange a decent amount of enemies. So it's pretty good. You can definitely use him for like buns or angelic gories and stuff like that. So like even if you're not rushing, you can probably still use him as like a mid-ranger. It's pretty good, pretty nice. This guy's a pretty good unit. This one is the other super rare, Little Kaoru. I don't have any impression for this one. 30k HP is pretty good. 3600 DPS, that's pretty good. But the range is only 250 and the ability is weaken floating. I'm pretty sure if you check Courier Cat, who has 250 range, 3.3k DPS and LD with 6 seconds cooldown, while her being basically the same DPS, the same range without LD, and much longer cooldown. 50% chance to weaken floating though, for 6 seconds. Cool. Welcome back, Surgeon. Welcome back, Surgeon. Good to have you here. She's not even a rusher. at least Surgeon is a rusher LD. She's like this slow attacker without LD. But yeah, so out of the super rares, only one is pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. This one is whatever. Please stop comparing them with Courier. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like it's a pretty big difference. Here comes, let's talk about the Ubers. This is the main character, Kenshin Himura. He is a pretty basic unit. He's a Surge Immune, massive against Straightless and Aku. Standard 435 range, standard 5.5k DPS, pretty good DPS. Health is also pretty standard. I think health is somewhat on the lower-ish side. It's not that low. It's pretty no, I think it's just standard, really. It's not even really standard low, it's just standard. Pretty standard health, pretty high DPS, standard high DPS, somewhat standard but low range. With Surge Immunity, massive against Straightless and Nakus, I don't think there's really that much to talk about here. I think, like, it's a pretty self-explanatory unit. It's a good unit, but it's also pretty basic. That's basically about it. It's nothing super special, but it's good for Straightless and Naku. That's about it. I think that's about it. Next one, Sanosuke Sagara. This one is pretty funny. Actually, let me show the attack animation for this guy. Attack animation is just that. Attack animation is just him doing Fruit Ninja and doing the usual samurai sheet. This guy's attack animation, let's see. Big Hulk smash. Super sluggish, super slow. But his damage is also not that crazy. His damage is pretty good. Musashi, he's basically Musashi, yeah. This guy has 390 range, his DPS is whatever, but his health is 150k, which is kind of funny because Cat Machine in true form also has 150k. So his health is actually pretty fucking good for a level 30 unit, especially for a ranged unit. His health is pretty good. This guy's pretty fucking tanky. DPS isn't that crazy, but I guess it makes sense because he has 390 range. And he has Savage Blow, yes. 20% chance to deal Savage Blow. So I guess on average, like, 60% DPS up, which I guess would be around like 5,000 DPS, I suppose, somewhere around there, which is now actually pretty good. He does also have Omni Strike, which is also extra good, but the Pierce is only like 50. It's from 390 to 450, 440, but it's still Omni Strike, and you just take it. It is basically Musashi if he's actually good. He has Zombie Killer, he's resist to zombies, so he's super tanky against zombie. And again, his damage is not bad. This isn't that crazy, but with the Savage Blow, I'd imagine it can easily kill like majority of zombies. I like this unit a lot. I really like tanky rangers. Tanky ranger units, I think, is pretty damn good. It's like 40% plus DPS. I think it's 60. Cause Savage Blow is 300%, right? Well, plus 200%, but like 3 times that damage. Is it 40 actually? Hold on. I guess it's 40, right? I guess it's 40. Well, it's still probably like around 4 or 5k. It's somewhere there. 40% extra DPS. Okay, so plus like 1,500. Okay, it's still 5k. It's still 5k. It's still 5k. But yeah, his damage is pretty good. His health is pretty fucking tanky. He does have 2 minutes cooldown as opposed to like Cat Machine, who has like 1 minute cooldown. But again, Cat Machine is a melee unit. This guy is a range unit, especially with Omni Strike. I like these kind of units a lot. Range tanky units, I think, are like a pretty rare commodity. You can use him for stages that have like wave or surge, even though he doesn't have the immunity for it, because he's just that tanky. Unless the enemy has like a bajillion amount of wave or a bajillion amount of surge, I'm pretty sure for the most part he'll be able to like tank through most like weaker surges or waves. And also stuff like LD threats like Dolphina, for example, or maybe even stuff like Puffsly, stuff like that. I like tanky rangers a lot. I think this unit is pretty damn good. It's pretty good. And yeah, that's cool. Range tanky unit, good. I think that's about it. Battle of the Long Force Swing. He does have really long force swing, but he does have Omni Strike, and he probably like have units tanking on him anyways for the most part. But yeah, pretty good unit. Next Uber, not Cat Machine. Aoshi Shinomori. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember what this guy does. LD 400 range, 3.8k DPS, 51,000 HP. Strong against Floating Angel, freeze against Floating Angel. Okay. I guess this is a pretty basic in it. Oh, you know what I actually remember about this guy though? His animation. His attack animation is so extra. Like, okay, so he have LD, right? But he doesn't have multi-hit or anything. But like, for some reason, this motherfucker, when attacking, decides to like split himself into 4 before attacking. For what reason? Why don't you split yourself into 4, going back into 1, and then attacking? Just fucking hit, bro. Just jump and attack. Why did you need to split yourself into 4? What's the point of that? You don't even have dodge. If you have dodge, maybe that'll be cool. What's the point of turning yourself into 4? What's the point of that? To evade the enemies? He doesn't have dodge. he just needs to attack. Read the manga, bro? Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe he does have like a special reason for that. Maybe he does have a reason for that. I don't know. But like, as someone who doesn't read the manga or the show, he's just like splits himself into 4 and then suddenly attacks. Like he disappears anyways. Intimidate the enemy, maybe. Naruto shadow cloning. Yeah, but like only one of him attacks. It makes sense if like all 4 attacks or whatever. Is to confuse the enemy, then sneak jump attack. Yeah, but at least he can't dodge the enemy. At least have dodge. If you have dodge, makes sense. He doesn't. He's kind of just showing off. In the world of Battle Cats, anyways, I'm sure it makes more sense in like an actual, you know, battle scenario. But like in a Battle Cat scenario, he's kind of just showing off. Will this Naruto make clones when you're doing the Rasengan? Just hit them with it. Well, I mean, Rasengan, he actually needs the clones, right? But like, imagine if, I don't know, man. It's just funny. My only exposure to this collab before Battlecast was YouTube Poop and Automats. I mean, it is a pretty big show, so I'd imagine there's a lot of Automats from it. He gained 2 range from going in the back. That's crazy. But yeah, I guess this guy is also not a crazy unit. It's a pretty standard LD, good for floating, good for angels. I think that's basically about it. There's really not that much to talk about. It's a good unit. It's a good Uber for floating and angels, and aside from that, it's okay. DPS is alright, but standing range is kind of low. That's it. Okay, good unit. Now, we talk about the monster himself, Hajime Saito, the man that's been fucking taking over Twitter. The man that's been like have a lot of like fucking Twitter clips. Actually, let me find the Twitter clips. I need to find the Twitter clips first. So before I show you the stats, I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know what the fuck I'm talking about, but just so that I can show the monstrosity of this unit. Let's see. Let me pick and choose some stuff. Okay, there's that, and there's one that I really want to show, but I can't find. Hold on. Let me find something real quick. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Oh, I found it. Okay. So this guy is an anti-Red and Aku, I believe. Okay, let me show this first Twitter clip real quick. So that's the first Twitter clip. What do you mean this page doesn't exist? Oh, I actually did double post. Whoops. Boom. Cool. Good fucking stage. Fuck you. Just die. Here's another Twitter clip. Cool. Die. Dumb fucking unit. Here's another clip. Cool. Show the one with Aki. I don't think I have the clip. If you have the clip, can you just like DM it to me or something? Cool. So yeah, he's an Omni Strike rusher. This guy's an Omni Strike rusher, similar to like Blanca. He's basically Blanca 2, or I guess, is there any other like Omni Strike rusher recently? I guess, what's his name? Fucking the sumo guy from Street Fighter. What's his name? What's the sumo guy's name from Street Fighter again? I suddenly forgot his name. That guy's also an Omni Strike rusher, right? Or is he just a rusher? Does he not have Omni Strike? Honda, thank you. Does Honda have Omni Strike? I don't think Honda has Omni Strike. Does Honda have Omni Strike? Honda. No, not that. E-Honda. What the fuck? Fallout? What do you mean Fallout? E-Honda. Do you have Omni Strike? No, you don't have Omni Strike. Never mind. Is there anyone else that have that's a rusher Omni Strike? Kozuchimaru. Who's Kozuchimaru? Is it like this guy's attack or something like that? They're pulling out the Black Flash. Izunboshi. Does Izunboshi have Omni Strike? Wait, is that Izunboshi evolved name? I never remember what Izunboshi's full name is. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, that's Kozuchimaru. I never remember the name Kozuchimaru. I've seen people talking about Kozuchimaru, and every time I see it, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck is Kozuchimaru? What are you talking about? I always just remember him as Izunboshi. I never remember the name Kozuchimaru. Oh yeah, he does have Omni Strike, right? So I guess Blanca 3, because I guess Izunboshi is Blanca 2. that's cool. So yeah, this guy is Blanca 3, Hajime Saito. 22,000 damage, attack range is 200 with Omni Strike to 400. Actually, let me compare it to Blanca. Let me check. Blanca. So Blanca has 150 range with 300 Omni, so 150 Pierce. Izunboshi also have 150 range and 300 Omni. This guy has 200 range with 400 Omni. What the fuck? Why is his Omni range so big? And his DPS is also pretty high too. It's higher than Kozuchimaru. Kozuchimaru is 4.2k. Hajime Saito is 5k. I guess what matters is more like the damage per hit. Blanca is 25k. Kozuchimaru is 18k. Hajime Saito is 22k, so he's slightly under Blanca. But Blanca also has like less range. This guy have 400. Like that's crazy. That's pretty good range. That's a pretty good Omni. 200 Pierce is kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts. He wields a sword, so plus 50 range. Sure. But yeah, this guy is pretty insane. It's pretty fucking good. He's definitely, I think, like probably one of the best out of Blanca and Kozuchimaru. The thing is, like, I know you might say it's like, well, it's a rusher. Why would the attack range matter? So I've used Blanca a couple of times before. Admittedly, I've never used Kozuchimaru, but I have used Blanca a couple of times before, right? And when I tested Blanca a couple of times, I noticed that 150 range really matters. His 150 range, especially with the 5-frame attack animation, he sometimes just gets juggled. Like, there are a couple of enemies where if you try to use Blanca on, the enemy would hit him first. Or stuff like, I think like, there was some stages where I would try to use him against like Star Pangs or whatever, stuff like that. Sometimes he would just get hit by like the Star Pangs. Sometimes he would just get hit before finishing his attack. So the attack range and the attack animation actually matters. Hajime Saido not only has better attack range, so he can safely attack, start the attack faster, he also has faster attack animation, so he has less chance of actually like getting interrupted before that. So that's cool, I guess. Fucking crazy ass unit, and the cooldown is also basically the same. The health is slightly lower compared to the other two. Kozuchimaru and Blanca both have 40k, and Hajime Saido has 34k, but I feel like the range more than makes up for it. And also the targeting being Aku, with also fucking Pierce for shield Pierce with guaranteed chance is also pretty crazy. So yeah, this unit's kind of stupid. She's kind of busted. Again, we did already have Blanca and Kozuchimaru, but I really do think like the range difference that Saito have actually matters a lot. Like, what you see in like stages in stuff like this is that, like, remember that Omni Strike units uses their outer range when it comes to hitting the base. So units like Blanca or Kozuchimaru would stand 300 range away, but he stands 400 range away from the base, so he actually is able to safely do this in like a lot more stages. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, this unit's kinda damn good. He's definitely going to be up there in terms of like meta units. Pretty crazy units. I like how the 3 Rusher Ubers are from Collabs. Saber, Blanca, Saito. I don't know about Saber. I mean, Saber, sure, but she's not really a rusher in terms of like a big one-hit damage or something like that. I guess she's still a rusher, but she's not Kozuchimaru. He outclasses Supercar. Yeah, I mean, Supercar has like lower cooldown and all that stuff, but like, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I think that's about it for 13.4. Is there anything else? Oh, there is actually one more thing, but the thing is, I don't actually know if I can talk about this. I don't know if I can talk about this one. I didn't hype this one, but I don't know if I can talk about this one. I guess maybe it's fine to talk about this one as long as I don't show it. But so if you see in the miscellaneous here, Wiki says that added feature to watch an ad to continue after failing a stage and earn double XP. This, we have not seen this at all. We have not seen this. We have not seen this at all. So this is something that's been discovered through data mining. We saw through data mining that there are some what do you call it? Like some sprites to when it comes to be able to use. There's like a sprite in data mining that shows like a text that basically says like, oh, use as to continue ? But we have never seen this in game yet. So we've only seen this in the sprites. I don't think we've ever seen any footages of this. So I don't actually know if this is just a problem with the ads, because I'm pretty sure people say that like JP has problem with watching ads nowadays. I don't know if it's just that, or Podos has just been this not sure about this, or something like that. I don't know. But we've only seen this from data mine. We have not seen this in action. who knows if Podos maybe updates the game to be like, actually, never mind, this isn't going to be a thing anymore. But for now, it's in the files. It's possible in the files, but that's basically about it. Look forward to that, I guess. I have pretty mixed opinions on this. Like, on one hand, it's neat to maybe, I guess, like, have, I don't know, people getting crates cats early or something like that, or people going through UL, like, UL 3-star easier with, like, bullshit stages. You can just decide to use continuous or whatever. On the other hand, I'm kind of worried if this will create, like, this weird culture where people would go super far through continuous and just, like, figure out that the game is, like, balanced around continuous. And people are going to be like, oh, this is a stupid free-to-play game that is, like, pumping out crazy difficulty so that you use their continuous to use ads or whatever. I kind of fear that that's going to be what it leads to, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there are a lot of, like, other gacha games that is, like, obviously absurdly difficult and is clearly trying to force people to use continuous by using ads. I fear that Battle Cats could go to that direction. I do not like that. I don't really like that. Again, on the other hand, I think it's cool to maybe just skip, like, bullshit 3-star UL, or, like, you know, maybe get Craze Tank early or whatever. You already have the ability to do that regardless. But I kind of fear if that's, like, the kind of idea that people will have, you know? Allegedly, this features once a week, so you can use it, and you gotta wait for another week. Where did you get that information from? Is that also from Datamine? If that's the case, that's not bad, I guess. Is that also from Datamine? I'm not aware of that, actually. Because aside from that, I don't actually know. If that's the case, I guess that's not bad. If you have, like, a once a week cooldown or something like that, or, like, just a really long cooldown. But if you can use it a lot, I'd imagine that would make some people's views of the game to be a little bit weird. And yet, much to that is no continuous. Hey, much to that is pretty good, right? You just need to not complain about luck. You just need to get cameras crit. Depending on how it's implemented, I could also force a mentality of intentionally losing to continue for more EXP farming. Yes, I don't know. The double XP thing, again, like, all of these are still technically not confirmed. We still technically have no idea on how this is actually implemented because we haven't seen any footages out of this. This is so far purely basically speculation. This is basically speculation. Like, this isn't completely set in stone because we don't have any gameplay footage out of this. This is still basically speculation. But yeah, we'll see about that, I guess, when it happens. For now, I just hope that they implement it in a good way to a point where people don't have bad opinions about it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's about it for 13.4. I don't really know what else to talk about. I'm pretty sure that's basically about it. I mean, there's, like, the enemies for the collabs, but, like, fucking who cares about that? Oh yeah, yo, guys, new user rank rewards, guys. 3 Ammonite Z, 5 Catamin A, and 5 Catamin B. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Okay, anyways, that's about it. That's all for 13.4. Overall, this update is better than the previous updates. That's all I can say, I think. I don't know. I feel like this is the bare minimum that Ponos should have been given, but I feel like the past couple of updates has really been whatever. This update, I'm excited because of Bakery. That's about it. I mean, Samurai X too. Samurai X too, but like, we don't really know if this is gonna come to EN yet. We'll have to see. And once again, I am not a fan of Samurai X because I don't know anything about it. Not because I hate it, I just literally don't know anything about this. I just know the designs, that's basically about it. Overall, this update is pretty good, but I feel like it's kind of just all right. Like, if you're not looking at the collapse, it's just this. Like, this is the only exciting thing. Bakery True Form, that's it. They did Bakery True Form well. That's about it. The others are whatever. I don't really care about the rest. I think that's about it. I got a friend to tell me Samurai X for the video I did about the collab. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you mean about what's it about? I mean, I did like look at the overview on what's it about, so I'm basically an expert now. Clan of Malevolent is a nice nice ceiling race, I guess, but it's also, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of supposed to be for Ubers. I feel like it's one of those stages that Podos are basically saying, hey, use Ubers. Hey, stop this like bullshit non-Uber stuff. I don't know. I mean, I think it's cool. Clan of Malevolent is also pretty cool. Clan of Malevolent is pretty cool too. But we'll just have to see. I'm more excited about the future of normal talents, right, guys? Surely that's gonna happen, right, guys? Right, guys? Surely, guys, right? Surely. Anyways. I'm not an expert, we just told me jokes and mishearings used commonly in YouTube improvement autobots. Oh, that's basically about it, I see. But yeah, that's about it for now. Oh, Mew streaming. Okay, I'm rating Mew. And as for YouTube, I guess that's the end of the stream. Let me go. Mew. There we go for Twitch. Rating Mew. I wonder if the bot. I think the bot is alive, right? Let me check. If I do. There it is. Okay. Bot works. So that's cool. If you have my emote, use the first one. If you don't have my emote, use the second one. We are rating Mew. I think she's watching memes or whatever. Ah, oops. Ah, oops. That's not it. Where's the fucking ending? Okay, there we go. Oh, that was the wrong scene. But anyways. Thank you for coming to the stream. Cool. 13.4, whatever. Look forward to the Bahamut video next week, probably. Potentially next weekend, if not, maybe the next weekend. We'll see. Depends on how busy I'll get. But yeah, aside from that, I'll see you later. I'll catch you later. Bye bye.